Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to make a small guide for equipment to farm this future boost up campaign. We have a mega bonanza, we have a lot of future themed equip dropping, and maybe you are confused or don't know what to farm. And in this video I will regroup the best option I think we have, the easiest one, the hardest and the most optimal. I'm also gonna show you how to build your Zamasu and different future character you can see on screen, and you're gonna have timestamp for different equipment you are interested in. And right now we're going to start with the easy gold equipment we can get in different shops. Let's start with the equipment middle shop. In here you're gonna find a lot of useful PvP equipment. The event equipment aren't the greatest, so you can ignore them. There isn't even any out advice for future right now. They're pretty old and they're basically awakened fodder. In the PvP tab, you're gonna find a lot of gems. We're gonna start with the best one, and I would advise to farm 3 of them. It's gonna be this one. This equip is super strong for every Zamasu and Goku Black that are melee type. So right now we have the red Zamasu, the Ultra MZ, and you also have the yellow Goku Black. You can really use them on all of them. Even the Goku Black and Zamasu assist, they are a defense type character, but this equip gives 12% HP and a lot of HP restore, so it's gonna be useful on them. I would advise to farm 3 or 4 of them. You can use it on all your Zamasu that are melee type and you're gonna be fine. Easy to get, doesn't require a lot of erasers, and what you can do is just farm a lot like this and just keep the C equipment, and you're gonna upgrade them. When you get a good spot on it, you're gonna keep it and reroll the other, and that's how it goes. After that, I'm gonna advise this equip if you have the tag Trunks and Goten. It's gonna be a decent equipment that gives a good base, good HP, and a lot of pure too. I wouldn't say it's the best one, but if you do not have anything for them, it's gonna be okay. And then you're gonna have this Vegito Blue equipment. It gives some pure blast attack. It's not the best ever, but yeah, like the Trunks and Gohan equipment, if you do not have anything for the green Vegito Blue, it's gonna be useful. And that's basically it for future. I would farm 3 of those. If you want something for your Trunks and Goten and you don't have Trunks and Gohan, sorry, and you don't have anything, you can farm this. And for Vegito Blue, same thing, but they aren't too useful right now, so you don't need to prioritize them. You have also this for the Ultra Cell, but I don't think it's the best, so I wouldn't really worry about it and you can ignore it. Now let's get to the PvP equipment that we get this season, which is not the best. It's decent, I would say. If you have nothing, you can put it on your Zamasus and it's gonna do the job. The character that benefits most from it is probably the Goku Black and Zamasu. It gives a lot of HP restore, some HP, and some pure offenses, but it's not the best anyway. I would much prefer give him like a lot of defense and HP. It's gonna do the job. And the other Zamasu equipment from the PvP shop, or equipment shop that have the PvP tab, is gonna be much better overall. Now let's move on to the Awaken equipment. If you didn't know, we have an exclusive shop for future Awaken equipment and co-op equipment, and they are discounted, so take advantage right now. With the Mega Bonanza, you're gonna get some good rate on them, and you're gonna go to the equipment tab, you scroll down, and you're gonna find some Awaken one. So which one I would advise to farm? You're gonna have this new cell equipment. I wouldn't advise it too much. A defensive equipment without HP, it's not the greatest. Same for the Zamasu equip, no need, it's base not pure, so it's not useful. The first one that is pretty decent is gonna be this one. You're gonna use it on your future range character, which is basically Vegito Blue, and the tag Trunks and Gohan. Pretty decent equipment, but both characters aren't meta right now, so you don't need to farm it, and it doesn't give HP, it's not a priority. If you have nothing to farm, you can go do it, but it's not the best. Now, this equipment is crazy. It's one of the best Awakened equipment we have in the game. I would really advise to farm 4 of those. Even 6 if you can, but 4 is okay. What you're gonna do is farm 2 equipment that have base strike attack in slot 2, and 2 equipment that have base blast attack in slot 2. because the slot 2 is gonna be random, and you're gonna need 2 of each. I would advise to prioritize the strike attack right now because you are in a strike future meta. Both the merge Zamasus and the Zamasu and Rose assist unit are gonna use the strike attack, and it's gonna be super useful. I would advise to basically hyper focus this equipment. It gives HP restore, which is pretty nice. 12% HP if you pair it with the gold equipment from PvP I showed you earlier. You're gonna get 24% HP, and that's super strong. And you're gonna get either 32% base strike attack or 32% base blast attack, and it's gonna depend on what you want. Base strike attack, if you are using it on the Zamasus, I would farm 2 blast 1, 2 strike 1. If you have a lot of resources, 3 strike 1, 3 blast 1, and you should be fine. Next is gonna be a secondary pure offense equipment if you do not have a lot of options, especially the co-op one that I will talk about later. It's not a must farm, but if you do not have options for pure strike attack, this is gonna be really good on Zamasu. And at the end of the video, I will build the Zamasu for you, and you will see if you need it or not. If you have the resources, maybe farm 1 strike attack, 1 blast attack, or 2 strike and 1 blast, because the strike is gonna be way more useful. To sum up, this is an alternative option to the third pure equipment you're gonna use if you do not have the most optimal one, because the other best pure strike attack equipment is gonna be from co-op, and not a lot of people have co-op coins, so this one can be a nice substitute. But I will go more in depth on the best equipment for Zamasu later at the end of the video, and we will talk about it a little bit more. Then after that, what I would advise is nothing else, to be fair. This was pretty amazing in the past, but you're gonna have a lot of equipment that give pure and base at the same time right now, and they're gonna output more damage than this. And if you still have it, you can use it, but we're gonna have a better alternative overall. For example, this thing is gonna give you 18% pure strike attack, and you're gonna have this equipment that gives you 12%, which is lower, 6% lower, but you're gonna have 20% base strike attack. So the 20% base strike attack is better than the 6% you're gonna get from there, and this one doesn't need the future character to use it. Now let's get to the best co-op equipment discounted here. There is 4 different equipment, and there is only one that I would advise to focus. The others are okay, but they aren't the greatest, they are super restricted. We're gonna start with the best one, and it's gonna be this one. I would really advise to farm this in priority if you have co-op coins. It's gonna give 25% base strike attack and 15% pure strike attack. If you compare it to the Awaken equipment that gives 12 and 20, it's much better if you go with this one. Of course, it requires co-op coins and it's super hard to get, which I understand, so if you have the capacity to farm it, go do it. If you can't, maybe you can use the Awaken I showed you earlier. And it's pretty good equipment, even if you do not have 2 future battle member. Don't worry about it, just ignore the second slot, and the third and first slot are enough for your Zamasus to hit like a truck. So for a co-op equipment or Awaken equipment, I would really advise to farm this. Other than that, you're gonna have this My equipment. The problem with this My equipment, it requires 3 future battle member, but it's pretty decent if you have 3 future battle member. You don't really need it right now because you have so many alternatives. If you have a lot of coins, you can farm it, but it's not a must. And I would really advise it for like Vegito Blue or Blast character because they have less options in general. Then we're gonna get this green future equipment. Pretty bad, I wouldn't advise to farm it. It's not useful at all, it just gives a bunch of base. If you want that just base stats, go with the Legends Road equipment, they will be much better. Then we're gonna get to this Trunks one. It used to be super OP, but right now you don't really get any use. The My equipment is much better. I would say this one is gonna be more useful if we get the Trunks and Vegeta Zenkai in the future, but I think they will give them other equipment, so I wouldn't really advise to focus it. Now let's recap for this shop. The best equipment you need to farm for co-op, it's gonna be this one. Farm it for the Zamasus, and it's gonna be super OP. Gives 25% base strike attack and 15% pure. Then I would say farm a lot of this equipment to strike to blast if possible. Is the best awaken by far. And then if you cannot farm the first co-op equipment I showed you, go farm the Zamasu equipment. It's gonna be a nice substitute. Now let's get to the energy events, and I'm gonna show you some option you need to farm. This is where you're gonna get all your unique equipment for different LLs, which is specific equipment for them characters, or equipment that are really strong for different packs or colors. Of course, I'm gonna mainly talk about the future campaign, but if you need the specific equipment for different LLs like the Gammas, go ahead and you can farm them. We're gonna start with the Zamasu equipment. It's a must if you want to run the red Zamasu. It makes him a different character completely and a top tier one. If you don't use it in him, he's not gonna be as good. This equipment, you're gonna need to farm a very high rank slot 1 because it's gonna give you damage guard. Try to have at least 85% damage guard if possible, because it's very important. I would even advise to get it to 90% if you can, but if you do not have a lot of energy, 85% is gonna be okay. Slot 2, just have something decent, above 60% for damage inflicted. Of course, if you can max it out, it's gonna be helpful, but if you do not have erasers, 60% is gonna be decent. Slot 3, it need to be maxed out, because the first and second effect are pretty useless. The third effect is where you're gonna get all the value, and slot 3 need to be maxed. That's all for the Zamasu equipment. Next in line it's gonna be this future purple equipment. I would advise to farm one. You don't really need many of them because it's only for purple units, and you most likely aren't gonna run to purple. If you are playing proud, maybe you can farm 2 and you want to use, for example, the purple LSL plus the purple Zamasu. It's an option for you. But this equipment is super strong, 10% HP, 36% base strike attack, gives you ultimate and special move damage. I would say it's a must run on the new Zamasu, even if it doesn't give pure. So if you have the new Ultra MZ, go farm this. Try to have a really good base HP slot, which is the first one, 9.5 or above, and it's gonna be useful. It's pretty easy, you just pump some energy until you get some good C rank equipment. Now after that, you're gonna have the old future equipment. We're gonna need to find it right here. Where is it? That is gonna be really useful. I think it's this one. No, it's not. This is not super useful. If you wanted to farm it, I wouldn't advise it. It's just a waste of energy. There is another future one that is pretty decent, and it has Zamasu on it, so let me find it quickly. Okay, found it. It's gonna be the future Trunk Saga equipment, which is here. Pretty OP defensive equipment, gives you double base, which is 20 and 30%, gives you HP and HP restore, which is a prime equipment for the Zamasu Rose assist. So if you do need it for them, you can farm it. I would advise to farm 2 or 3 of this equipment. It's gonna be useful in the future. You can even use it on your Ultra Zamasu if you want to bulk him up and make him more defensive, even if I don't really advise it, but it's an option. Even if you're your red Zamasu or any future equipment, a future character, and it's going to be useful. Farm 2 or 3 is going to be pretty good for you overall. After that, you're going to have a red Fusion Warrior equipment, which is going to be useful for the Zamasu and the Ultra VB. This is going to be here. I wouldn't say it's a must on the red Zamasu, but if your Zamasu is below 6 star, or you do not have a lot of base strike attack Z abilities or not a lot of Zenkai buffs, you can use this as an alternative to the pure strike attack equipment I showed you in the boost up shop, which is the Coop and Awaken one, and it should do a good job. And we are talking about the red Zamasu, of course. Also, you can use it on Ultra VB, it's gonna be okay overall. Other than that, you're gonna have the future Gohan equipment. This guy might get a Zenkai next week, and the Bonanza is going away next week, so I would advise to farm this guy's first slot to see at least. Third slot, you don't need to reroll it right now because it's not affected by Bonanza, so you can roll it later. You can roll the second slot if you wanted to, but at least have a C slot, first slot for this one, in case he Zenkais next week. One more equip you can get for your Ultra Zamasu, which is the purple powerful opponent one. It's not the best ever and not optimal right now. This is an uber defensive equipment that gives him 12% HP and 10% defenses versus Saiyans. It's not base defenses, it's pure defenses that you get from the featured boost, which is really good. But I would say it's gonna be more useful in the future when he's not gonna be as good. Right now we don't really need it, but you can farm a good first slot and upgrade it later if you wanted to. Now you also have the older LL equipment that aren't really meta and you can farm. For example, the red Zamasu, the old one, which I wouldn't really recommend, he's not great. And you also have the blue trunks, which is a little bit better, and you can farm him if you do not have a third future option and you want to use someone. The trunks is not really meta right now, but he can be useful. He's not the worst ever. So if you want to run the blue sword of hope trunks, you're gonna need this equipment for him, because it's gonna give him a lot of stat, lot of effects. For this one, you're gonna need just a decent first slot, not a max like Zamasu, because it doesn't have any damage guard, and you're gonna need a third red slot because of the effects. Effect number 1 and 2 are useless, just the third one that is gonna be used for. Now let's get to the USTR shop, where there is a couple of equipment that I didn't talk about in the boost up shop. Now, some of the equipment that are awakened are not future specific but can be used in future characters, so they are not on the discounted shop, but they can be super useful. We're gonna start with the Goku Black specific one. If you have yellow Goku Black and want to use him, you must farm this equipment, which is gonna be here, and it's a defense tab for Goku Black. It doesn't work on Rose Zamasu, unfortunately, but it's gonna be pretty good for the LL. Gives him a lot of base stats, some HP restore, lot of pure. It's gonna be a really well-rounded equipment for him. Must farm if you are going to use him. Then after that, you don't have that many because we already went over them in the boost up shop, of course. But let's get quickly here and see if I can spot anything good. We're gonna scroll down, nothing great. This one, not great, it doesn't give anything special. Then we're gonna get to here. This is more for Ultra Rose. He's not super meta right now, but if you want something that gives him ultimate damage, HP restore and some base strike attack, you can go for it. Although for myself, I'll just use his platinum equip, the pure strike attack equip from the equipment metal shop, and the Coop or Awaken pure strike attack equip, and it should do the job better than this. You also have this equip that works on Ultra Rose and the LL Purple Rose. It works very well versus hybrid. Right now it's useless, but in the future, if you get a new LL hybrids or we get a new hybrid meta, this is going to be pretty nice. But I wouldn't recommend farming it right now, especially because the Purple Rose is not viable and the Ultra is not the greatest. And at the end, I think there is the Zamasu equip here. Gives you extra defense versus Godki and Saiyans. Right now you have the Ultra Zamasu that is Godki, the Ultra Namek Goku that is Saiyan. So if you want some extra pure defenses on your Zamasu Rose, you can use it because it's only for Zamasus and Rose, and the assist unit is gonna work. I wouldn't advise it on the two LLs because it's not super useful and you want them to do damage. This is more of a defensive equipment. Then we're gonna get here the Cell equipment. This is for Android powerful opponent, works for Android 13 too, and it's gonna give you a lot of special move, some base defenses and 5% HP. Not the greatest equipment ever, but it's a good defensive option and it gives you a lot of special move. I like to use it before on the red transforming Cell, not the Ultra. So if he does get an equipment one day, you can use it on him and it's gonna do a lot of special move damage. Other than that, there isn't anything special. I don't think anything is worth it, just the one I talked about in general. That's basically it. Now let's get to the team and I will show you how to optimize the different characters. Alrighty, we are here. We're gonna basically try to build different characters. We're gonna start with Zamasu. If you are using him on the future party, or a powerful opponent based party, I think it's gonna be the same equipments overall. We're gonna start with what we have here. We're gonna go godly. I would advise, of course, his purple future equipment. Very nice. It gives you a lot of HP, ultimate damage, special move, and base strike attack. So it's gonna be a must run. After that, it's gonna be the gold equipment I talked about. Pretty good, super easy to farm, and it's gonna be right here. Of course, 12% pure strike attack, a lot of HP, lot of HP restore, and at the end, I would advise a pure strike attack equipment so he can do a lot of damage because he already have a lot of base overall. If you have this equipment, it's gonna be a must run. Give him 15% pure strike attack, lot of base strike attack, and he's gonna do a lot of damage. Don't worry about slot 2, ignore it if you are not using a future based team. Then if you do not have that equipment, you can run this one that I talked about, which is gonna be the Awaken Zamasu equipment, and it's gonna be here. You're gonna find one with strike attack, not base blast attack and pure blast attack, because you're gonna need a strike on your Zamasu. So this is the second choice for the third slot. If you do not have the Coop equipment, you can use the Zamasu equip. Just be careful, do not have blast attack, have strike attack because he's strike based. If you do not have that, you can run the new PvP equipment, it's gonna be okay. If you want a bunch of base, you just run this Awaken Trunks equipment, give him a strike based one, and you should be fine. It's even advisable for low star Zamasus or ones that do not have a lot of base Z abilities or Zenkai buffs. Let's go to the Legends Limited next. In here, the must use is gonna be his own unique equipment. After that, it's gonna be similar. You're gonna run the gold PvP equipment that I showed you in the equipment middle shop, not the current PvP, of course. And then at the end, it's gonna be exactly the same. This equipment, if you have him, the best pure based one. If you do not have this equipment, you can run this one. Just make sure it's gonna be a strike attack. If he is low star and he's below 6 star, I would advise to run actually this equipment, lot of base, lot of HP. You don't really need the pure and you can go with it. Or just use the red fusion warrior equipment that I talked about earlier, and it's gonna be really great for the ultimate damage, gives a lot of base and some HP, which is a little bit better than the Awaken, I'd say. But if you didn't farm him, the Awaken will do a lot of good for you. Let's move to this Zamasu and Rose assist, and their equipment are gonna be more defensive than the other two. We're gonna try to still use the gold PvP equipment from the shop, the equipment shop. Even if it's more offensive, it gives him HP restore, a lot of HP, so it's gonna be good for the bulk. After that, I would personally use this gold Awaken equipment from the Trunks one. Gives him more HP restore, more HP, and base strike attack, and it gives him also special move. The Zamasu Rose does good special move overall. Third equipment for me is gonna be the equipment collection event, and it's gonna be here. Give him a lot of base defensive, more HP and more HP restore. So like that you're gonna have triple HP equip and triple HP restore, which is gonna be nice. Now if you want to use some pure defenses, you can always go with this one. I'm not a big fan because it doesn't give HP and I prefer the others. But if you have a lot of base defense abilities, a lot of Zenkai buff, you can maybe use him on it and it should be fine overall. If you really have nothing and don't have them options, you can always use the PvP one. It should be okay, it gives HP restore, and that should do the job as a third option for your equipment. Now let's move to the LL Yellow Goku Black, the transforming one. Of course, the must-use equipment on him is gonna be his own Awaken equip that I showed you earlier, and it's gonna be here, so you're gonna have an easy slot 1 equipment. Then after that, I'll still use this. I told you before, it's really useful, gives you a lot of pure, lot of HP restore, so it's gonna be nice on him. And then at the end, you can give him this if you want more offenses. It's gonna work on him, although make sure to have a God Key powerful opponent character, because this Goku Black is not God Key before transforming. Other than that, what you can do is always give him this if you wanted. a lot of base strike attack, of course, build him strike base, not blast base, a lot of HP restore. It's gonna be useful for his transformation. He's gonna heal himself, his gauge, and so on. Me personally, that's how I'm gonna build him with HP restore and HP. Of course, if you wanted more offenses, like I said, the co-op equipment, but you also can have this equipment. If you have a Zamasu in your team, it's gonna proc for the strike attack, and you need at least a fusion warrior. VB also works for that. If you want more bulk, you can always go with this gold equipment, not gold equipment, unique equipment from the collection event, and you should be fine. This Goku Black is gonna do the job. These two are gonna be must, and the third equipment is gonna depend on what you want. You're gonna also have the PvP equipment. I think it's gonna work on him, and it should be okay. Now we're gonna move to the trunks. For this guy, you just want to go defensive. He doesn't do any damage anymore, so you just want him to tank. You're gonna give him his own unique equipment. After that, you're gonna give him just defensive equip. You can go with the trunks equip, super good as always, and the equipment collection event futures trunk saga equip, that is gonna work. But if you want something more specific for this character, you can use this hybrid equipment that gives ultimate HP and a lot of base strike defense, so it's gonna work also if you wanted to bulk his ultimate damage. Other than that, you can use this co-op equipment, pretty good, gives a lot of pure defenses, a lot of base defenses and some HP, but it's from co-op, so it's gonna be super hard to get, and it's not in the discounted shop. Overall, just give him a lot of defense, a lot of HP equipment, and you should be fine with him. For future Gohan, we cannot predict in advance what he's gonna do, but you can always go farm his own equipment, and you also have this collection event equipment that is pretty nice for him, which is for Sun Farm Yellow. You can also get it, but you need to see his kit first, and he always can use the Awaken gold equipment here, which is really good, and you need to farm, of course, and if you have it prepared in advance, it's gonna work. You're gonna have this one. If you're running him with Zamasu, it's gonna be useful. You're gonna have this equipment that I advise for the trunks. You can get him from the equipment collection event. So if you want to farm that in advance, make sure to do it. Make sure also to get HP, not the damage to regen in the third slot, because it's gonna be more useful overall. I would say maybe don't start farming equipment for him. Wait until Monday. If we get a hint for his Zenkai or someone else Zenkai, you can start prepping that day. You still have the weekend bonuses on Monday. That's basically it for today. If you like this type of equipment guide video for campaigns, let me know. Maybe I will do it for the future and the newer campaigns. Have a good one, and goodbye.